subscribers and welcome to all those who have subscribed. Hope all is well. Blessings to all. Hope all is well once again. I hope that you're saying the same thing back to me. And of course, if you're not, then whatever you wishing upon me may it be upon you tenfold. Um, and I know people like, huh? You have to give back the energy that is given to you that you have not sent out yourself. Meaning, if I was a person sitting around on a day to day basis or however, at some point and send negativity or wish someone some type of ill will or some type of not good wellness in their life, whether they need it, which they do, whether they already are well, they still need it to keep what they have or to excel what they have, then I'm doing a good deed. It's free. It don't cost me anything. Doesn't cost them anything. On a financial standpoint, a lot of people feel that you got to use money, which you don't, to sow some type of seed or do a good deed. Man, just a gesture, just a opportunity to take time out to listen to someone or to encourage someone or to pray sincerely, pray with someone, not the fake prayers where you pretending because you have agenda behind the scenes that you have a plot either in that moment or for the future. Anyway, today's testimony has been heavily on my mind. I'm gonna make this short as much as possible. But people fear telling people about their life and their traumas or things they've experienced or things they overcame or overcome, um, especially childhood or even adult. We're still a child in an adult body. There's a lot of maturity that needs to elevate many areas in our life or to sustain. But anyway, I want to tell you, I'm not going to use names, but I want to tell you something um, that I feel that is important. And the reason why I feel that it's important, because this is going to help somebody out there see life a lot different than the way that we've been controlled for a long time by relatives or society. Boy, when I get into that, boy, it's gonna be a firecracker. It's gonna make people upset, but hell, it's gonna be okay. I don't give a damn. You shouldn't give a damn either. You need to hear it anyway, because it's not working. That's why I love to tell the truth about things are hidden, things are common that you can see that's not working. You don't see no results. It just tell you to believe something. I use this real quick thing, then I get into it. Not gonna be before you guys long. For example, if I tell you to believe um, that there's gonna be $100 million outside of your home in a duffel bag, um, would that be true or false? But if I tell you to go outside your home, there's a duffel bag with $100 million, would that be belief or would that be a fact? That's your homework. It's no right or wrong answer, but I'm gonna go and give you the answer. So when you think about it, um, no, I'm not gonna give it to you right now because you'll be able to have to listen to the rest of this first. Anyway, so during my youth as a child, I recognized different things about myself that I realized that all the other siblings didn't do, excuse me, didn't do or could see when it came down to seeing yourself different. And, even as a child, fortunately, you had grown adults as well as kids that didn't like you. So they're envious and jealous or jealousy. You know what I mean? A lot of these people carry these spirits on them because this is what they want either the host or they either don't want to learn how to keep these different type of demonic spirits off of them. Demonic spirits is not going to give you any abundance. I don't know why people want to sell their soul. I don't know why people want to take shortcuts. I don't know why people want to lie, steal, kill, and destroy and all that stuff. It's not going to give you abundance. Abundance do not come with anything negative. Abundance is forever, it's infinite, it's generational. And people thinking if you're following the path that you're paying attention to, which you can see everybody scattered out like a bunch of roaches. I'm saying all this in respect, but I'm using metaphors to express and explain what I'm saying. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody ever. I'm not trying to do any of that, but I would defend anybody who's disrespect me. I will most definitely go in. I'm not gonna sit here and play I'm a saint and all of that. No, I get busy. I get real busy when it's time to get busy. I'm not gonna be disrespected. Now, if I was running around disrespecting people, then I deserve all the disrespect. But I'm gonna tell you something: people gonna be out there disrespecting you, but there's a cause and effect that people gonna have to pay the Peter Piper for disrespecting you. You do not have to do nothing. I promise you. All you got to do is sit back. I'm getting chills up my arms talking about this because it's God who's telling me this. You sit back in the cut. I promise you. You ain't got to wish no ill will. The best thing that you can possibly do is forgive yourself and forgive them. The reason why you're going to forgive yourself is because you didn't know that you made a mistake or you didn't really know that you wasn't paying enough attention to avoid the situation. In some cases can be a little different. But anyway, let me get into this story real quick. I just had to say that real quick. But let me tell you something. Oh man, I've been getting all kinds of messages. Shouts out to all the males that be watching me. I don't know if they're watching for good intentions or bad intentions. Hopefully, watching for good intentions, give them opportunity to grow and stuff like that. If they're watching for bad intentions, the battle is not mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even worried about that. We don't even know each other, even to be beefing or having some type of feeling towards me. I know that I could say some things that offend people, but challenge me what I say, make sure it make enough sense so therefore when I deliver the answer that you'll be able to sustain and accept the answer, not saying that you got to accept it and like, oh, okay, because I'm not one of those type of individuals just say things to be saying things. I say things because I can back up what I say. There's things that I experienced that most people would never even have to ever experience, and that's a good thing for them. Now, there's some things that I've experienced I would love for people to experience because they actually understand the conversation, they understand the messages. But I do understand that at some point they may end up experiencing these things that I speak about based on either themselves or observing someone else. And then it just gives them the opportunity to have wisdom how to navigate it. People always feel for those who fit the category that people be wasting their time or it would sound like a bunch of bluzzer or blazer. And I know y'all like, what's a blazer? It's like blurger, like blah blah blah. That's what it's like. This is a little concept that just came out on its own. But I'm not here to waste anybody's time. But anyway, get into this thing. So as a child, I recognized that I had a family member that took over at some point based on my mother's circumstances that she had going on because she wasn't stable in many ways. And so my grandparents ended up taking over for quite a while. And I realized me meeting this woman um, that my grandfather was married to. Um, I didn't. It was something about her that I didn't like. And as time progressed, there was little things that she ended up, you know, allowing me to see. Like as far as you're talking about a grown woman who's jealous of a child or envious, and then you still see this stuff on these social platforms or news and stuff like that. So you know that I'm talking the language that you do understand or you do not have knowledge of or hear. But the story is me telling a story that many people suppress to tell their story. I'm here to unpress the stories that I was suppressed to not never tell. The things that were done to me as a child or the things that would have had hindered me as an adult that would made me not be able to have communicative skills that I do have with myself or opportunities or relationships as far as the other hand of relationship, dealing business and so forth, so on. Um, in your childhood, these are the things that affect you as a kid that ends up affecting you as adult. What's up, y'all? What's good with it? And so when you have these type of things that are happening, you're trying to figure these things out. And now, one of the things I want to say before I get more into is that a lot of people are shameful or scared to tell their story about personal things because they've been betrayed, or people like to mark them, or they like to uh, make uh, what is the word I'm looking for? They like to become a clown and get around a bunch of clowns, a bunch of people to entertain them by your story about whatever it is that you actually expressed to them that you didn't want them to tell. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I don't give a damn if you go tell the president. I don't give a damn who you tell. This story is gonna help somebody see something different. I don't give a damn about what nobody. I'm good and I'm full of good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Bad if I choose to do at this point in my life from the things that I overcome versus the past version of me. I chose to do them shit, so there was no excuses. I did them. I did them. You feel me? But at this point in my life, I choose not to do them. There are options, and I make sure I surround myself around none of those options to actually become an option to do. So yeah, we different for sure. You're gonna always have people um feeling like they're better. Can't be better than nobody else if you haven't been the better version of yourself. A lot of people are very naive and foolish where they want to compete with other people. Um if you take I used to be a streamer by the way as well. And when I used to stream, if you go when you stream and you look into people their homes and what they got going on off the streaming, they got a lot of messy stuff going on. So, but then what I'm saying to say, as a streamer, people will come on the stream and they will act like they're better than other people. But in all actuality, people are doing all kind of crazy stuff just to get attention and make ends meet. And I'll leave it there and be very discreet with that. So we're getting farther away from what I'm saying, but I see Mr. D Strong. He wanted some attention and didn't give him attention, but he don't even know the definition of ego. You're supposed to have your ego, but there's certain things about your ego that you should have insight about. This is not about that time to be discussing that. You can figure that out on your own. You didn't come to learn nothing. You come to be attention. They call them tension whores. Anyway, but anyway, so what I noticed about this woman, she didn't like my mother for some reason, and I noticed her behavior anytime that we asked to go see our mother and stuff, things like that, and she really kept us away from her. She used a lot of excuses. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to have been like being able to go, on the weekends and so forth. So, I'm not gonna know much of the detail because family, that is they call themselves, which they're not family, because they hate you so much. They treat you different from everybody else. They treat their enemy better than they treat you. They'll do something for their enemy before they do something for you and a relative or a neighbor and so forth, so on, and have you standing stranded and looking crazy and abandonment issues and traumas, all these things you end up being building up as a child, and you grow up with this stuff, being resentful towards other people. And this is why a lot of men and women struggle with relationships with themselves and relationships when they interact in a marriage, a boyfriend, girlfriend, baby father, baby mother. It starts at home. We can blame white supremacy all we want to. White supremacy has a lot to do with it, but we gotta not just say white supremacy. We gotta say white supremacy slash many other races, black and etc., because they was with the movement their damn self. So they still with the movement to this day. They are with the shit. They with the shit. I haven't heard that in a long time where people used to be on the stream like I'm with the shits. So yes, they are with the shit, meaning that if it's gonna benefit them, they're willing to betray anybody and as many people as possible. So black people are not exempt from shit. Matter of fact, I'm not scared of them, but man, whew, I ain't scared of them. When I say if I use the word that I'm scared of them, I'm not talking about the fear of something physical happening to me, but it could be the substance of never trusting a lot of them. And all black people are not like that, but man, if somebody could take some money or some type of materialistic thing, or somebody can bribe them and say, "Hey, I'm gonna kill your mother, I'm gonna kidnap or kill one of your relatives." These people, not just blacks, it can be anybody as well. Because people like, well, when you say it's black, just hear the story, man. Just hear it out. It's not targeting anybody. Stop being so sensitive. Have an open mind. Be honest with you, color don't even exist. This ain't even a real. If you want to be technical, of those who be feeling some type of way about that statement or that part that I said, this body that you in is not even real. So what color are you? Is there a color after you leave this physical body? It's a yes or no answer, or I don't know. 9 out of 10, you don't know, and 9 out of 10, it isn't. So that simmers down people who be trying to be so technical about how people talk and how they should talk. I done had already somebody else come to me. Um, Sometimes we trying to tell me what I was saying and what I shouldn't be doing, and that let me know people don't read history. They don't know nothing about no history, and so for some people just want to be a part of something. So that's why people are willing to participate because they feel if they stand alone, it's so unique and so powerful. They don't know if anyone gonna be the same as them, or they're gonna be able to connect with people. That's why people won't spend time to themselves, or they afraid to be alone, afraid to stand out because they afraid about what everybody else doing. And so because of that and whatever other fears and other subjects to that statement, uh, people prefer to actually just join the crowd, join the bandwagon, because that's all it is. And people say, well, why you say it's a bandwagon? Well, you read history, look at history, then you see the history as you live in to see the history that you're living a part of. It's a recycle that's repeating itself. It's the same shit, just a different face and different body, different year, different time, but the same essence, the same shenanigans going on, same thing. Um, Energy jumping from one place to another, jumping timelines and dimensions. People didn't remember or or don't know that energy is not destroyed. Okay, it's not going anywhere. And why you see demons or you see uh, relatives or you see the same type of bullies or same type of acts that people end up doing in a positive or a negative way after you've seen it pass temporarily that you felt or feel if you ever paid attention or gives you opportunity to pay attention to that part that I'm saying that um like yeah, I remember this girl when I was in high school. She used to bully me or had a fight, and then you get in college or you don't go to college, you say you working and you meet another different girl that has that same energy as that female that reminds you in elementary or high school or college or living in a certain state. That's the example what I meant by that. But anyway, so this grandmother um telling you how I end up getting my trauma, and she wasn't the only one, but it was a lot of relatives. Of course, my mom uh were you in the neglection and abandonment issues that I had at that point, and I really didn't understand or know anything about abandonment and trauma and etc. Fortunately, but I would say studying those few words that I think it was like either last year. And I know what trauma bonding is when people are all traumatized and they got something in common and they bond together and they just stick together. They don't try to heal each other. They just project trauma on one another and stuff like that. You may have somebody who's trying to heal, but complaining won't. When you healing, you can't be. Or it's very important to understand when you complain to find something. Or is that the solution when it comes? So it's a from many different places, so forth. But I had to make a tough decision. She's a very citizens, but she's an Eastern Star and so forth, so on, but it really not. So, or it's not. I'm not gonna go in all the detail why it's not nothing positive unless somebody requests it. I'm not gonna, because that's not what we focus on. But we focus on this grandmother showing you how she was the catalyst to get me to where I'm at now. So in 2000, childhood. Let me go back 1 second. My grandfather, a bunch of lies, and even well, I got a lot of whippings from my grandfather, no regular shit. Yeah, and I got abused a lot. Grandfather like, but like I said, it was to saw that they could do some stuff like that, started using the womb, or you think that I was a dog and they don't never feed the dog, care the dog. I'm blase blind on a chain. Eight, it was the figure out how to break loose the cartoon reality. It's like, and I remember one time I thought about running away as a child because it was that bad, and I was like, what have I done for this woman not to like my mother? And I think as a child, I asked her one time or stated, you don't like my mother. And I couldn't find the words to explain, even though we didn't know that. Like these motherfuckers nuclear people because I could say, what I'm saying, words, and saying cuss words. Oh, like I said, none of that. Appreciate it. Accolade, that's the over humanity. What is? It can mean that they're going to check the mind, do whatever like that of a song. It's called The End of the Road. And everybody's gonna meet that end of the road, meaning that you're no longer gonna be in that flesh, that physical body, and you already know what's gonna happen. And it don't matter if you don't believe what's gonna happen. You're gonna see the Peter Piper, the Creator, and you have to answer to that situation or many other situations that you should not have done or you could avoid it. So, best thing to do is do good, and if you can't do good, just stay away from people. Because being reckless out here is not gonna get you nothing but reckless results. And I don't know why people don't understand that. That you get reckless results based on the fact that you see many people do reckless things, and that's what they get reckless results. Results do not come out in their favor. Anyway, about 2 or 3 more minutes with this thing. The goal was to make this thing 9 minutes, but anyway, there was things that need to be said apparently. But so you guys' grandmother who decided to do it, and the crazy part is she was never finished. I remember this what did it though. One day, I think it might have been a Friday or Saturday, something like that. I'm like, yeah, we want to go see mom, whatever, whatever. She said, nah, well, I'll stop by there for y'all. In my head, I'm like, why would you stop by for us when you supposed to take us down there and drop us off? So come to find out, my mom ended up dying. When my mom died, she came to me in a dream and she told me that she loved me and that promised to take care of my sister at the time. But I don't got no sister. But and I made that oath and told I would. And then she's like, I love you and I'll be here. And if you need me, just call me. And it's crazy because a lot of people are ungrateful for their parents instead of trying to figure out how to bond, even the parents and slash and the war going, knowing there's not no solution to that. People can say they can blame it on the government. They can say they can blame it on the devil. People can say they blame it on demons. They can say they blame it on their parents. Or they can blame it on whoever they dated, their friends, their homeboys, homegirls. Either damn way it go, you're still responsible for it. You making a decision at the end of the day in that physical body. Nobody's making it. That's when I decided to stop. I had to learn. But grandmother ended up killing my mom, and so my mom died. It was could have been in the 80s. But either way it go, it was revealed to me so many years later. Relative, family member, I can say. This is why you should keep secrets, especially family secrets. Everybody family got family secrets. They just not gonna tell you. But she end up she end up telling me the little stories. I can't tell you much now, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit. Your grandmother killed your mother, and then she started telling me woo woo. And I always had a feeling that she did. And you know when you have a feeling about something, you can't prove it. That's how a lot of time how your intuition is. So when I be giving the divine messages, I know when people run across, the source or whatever, I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? These are divine messages. There's things to pay attention to and things that are either already in place or they about to happen. I get it. Most people like, yeah, whatever, whatever. I'm not here to be concerned about people saying, yeah, yeah, whatever, whatever, because I've never missed the mark. Even the people that I used to stream with or as streamers, they said the same shit. That my gifts is fake and I'm fake and I got fake relationship with the Most High. And I know they like now, like, how the fuck he know we said that? Don't worry about it. And he's pretender. He just like us. Let's test him. Let's try him. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh shit! I almost got him. Oh, he's what is some people running around saying I was promiscuous? Like how the fuck am I promiscuous and you ain't never had a dick? Like get the fuck out of here. Like make it make sense. Name one, or name two, name three, name four, or name five. Eventually I end up messing with somebody, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't planned, but look how long it took for anything to pop off when I was streaming for like 5 or 6 years. I think like six. Matter of fact, yeah, like 6 years and some change. I mean, it was plenty female shots, and it was at that time it was plenty shots that I could have shot or I shot, and that wasn't the number one thing on my mind. I'm different. Listen, let me explain something. No, we getting off subject, but this is all transparency too as well. So I done got shit to hide first and foremost. Nor did I say anybody think that I have something to hide. But let me tell you something. That's the biggest problem that people have. They want to hide something, but it isn't hidden. As long as your mind know it, as long as someone know it, as long as God know it, as long as the universe, meaning the sky and everything around you, has eyes, is energy, it is alive. Regardless if you communicating with it or not, or you don't believe that, witness you do something or witness something that has happened. So I met a lot of fucked up people, a lot of fucked up people, and a lot of people that's so fucked up, they are comfortable with it. You know what I mean? And they want you to get comfortable. Not gonna get comfortable. Not gonna get comfortable. At one point in my life, I was forced to get comfortable with it, and then when I got older, that was part of my life that I thought that's what I was supposed to accept. I'm not accepting anything that's uncomfortable. I'm not accepting anybody who's gonna do or treat me any different than I treat myself or than I would treat them. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna have your feelings gonna get hurt. I ain't gotta go back and forth with you. I ain't gotta argue with you. I don't have to tell you what you're doing. You already know what you're doing. I don't need to hold your hand. I don't need to baby you. None of that. You're gonna know. I promise you. I got a great way of showing you. Don't worry about it, what it is. That's one way of showing you. I got a way of showing you what it is. And it is not harmful either. Some may be like, what are you going to do? Kill him? Or you going to jump him? What you going to do, dude? You gonna... No, I'm not going to beaver head them. Oh, man, I tell you, man. Man, you know what's crazy? What's sad? I want everybody to win. You know what I'm saying? People just don't want to win. They want to. It's different. It's a word I can't even. I'm not even gonna say can't even explain. I don't know what word that slang they would use for where people have. We know there's illusions. When I mean illusion, meaning okay, for example, You see a bunch of guys, right? They get on YouTube or whatever, streaming, they got stacks of money, right? And most people are like, oh my God, oh man, they got a lot of money. But what people fail to realize, they don't know what to do with the money. You don't even know where they got the money from. You don't know if they actually brought harm to somebody. You don't even know. You don't know if they if somebody died in their family and they left them money and they celebrating like that with their money. I mean, you just never know. If they killed their best friend or they stole from their best friend or they stole from their girl or their parents or somebody's parents, you just never know. Everybody want to chase that fiat. That fiat don't have no value. It's you that have the value because everything internally, how you think the world got created, is an internal thing. It's wealth. Wealth is internal. People looking at the object as it is something that bring. If I throw $1 billion in your lap right now, what would you do with it? You already know, or you either don't know. But guess what? The point that I'm making is, if you don't have something internally in you to to expand that $1 billion, then it's not going to do anything. So this is where people mess up at when, especially when it come down to money, and they in competition with other people instead of learning how to master themselves so they can win. And this is why people don't win because they use all their energy and burn it all up worrying about what somebody else got. I mean, people are buying what they buying, and you acting like you'll never get a chance to buy it. Then when your season came, you was buying shit and people couldn't buy nothing. You wasn't looking over there humble. You was arrogant, egotistic. As this guy said, I was egotistic or ego, he said, and I ain't even got started with the conversation. But I know he was saying he's a troll, and I could troll too. Now don't get yeah. I mean, I could tell people I'm light and dark, but I prefer to use my light for good. I prefer to use my gifts for good. I can use my gifts for bad. I'll be more wicked than the ones that think they're wicked. That's why they wanted me to join their team. See, one of the things about them, when I say them, people in high places, that's how I can say it. Because there's not one particular group came to me and say, hey, I represent Illuminati, I represent this or that and the third, beside a group of Masons, but you got all kinds of Masons out here. But the point is, they may think they was gonna one up me, but they don't understand my end game is crazy. It's crazy. When I was not living right, as we call it, meaning that I could have made the righteous choices versus making the choices I knew that I shouldn't have made. Oh, people got fucked up, whether they knew it or not. They recognized that they was fucked up, but they ain't know I did it. And then some did get to see that I was willing to do it. It wasn't no secret. If a person did a secret on me, I did a secret on them. It was an eye for eye. Do I still bleed eye for eye? Yeah, but I do it a lot different because I realize people can harm themselves more than I can harm them. I don't have to do anything to people. I don't have to do no witchcraft. I don't have to burn no candles. I don't got to pray against you. All I do is just give you back what you sent to me. And that's well enough. If you don't believe me, go read the universal laws or go listen to any motherfucker that you would naturally actually listen to. You ain't gotta listen to me and go listen to them say the same shit I'm saying. And so, well, you just regurgitate. It don't matter if I'm regurgitating or not, which I'm not. I know by experience this is a fact. They just was a secondary witness to what I already experienced to find insight and knowledge. Hey, you can't do that. Or if you do this or you do that, this is what can happen when you do this and do that. It's not if it's gonna happen. And when that time comes, you're not gonna be ready for it anyway. That shit come a lot of time it'll come years later. I know I did some stuff back in early 2000s. You know how long? All the way up to right now. Now, there's a difference. I'm not one of those people who did bad things, and I did. You know how you find a child that's real good? They're a good child, but they do things they gotta learn lessons from not to do versus a child who's just bad and they know they bad and they gonna keep doing bad no matter what. I'm not that type of child. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make those type of moves. I did certain things that I shouldn't have did or would do to satisfy this flesh. Cause all I'm doing feeding the flesh. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to feed this flesh like that. And this flesh should stay hungry. All everybody flesh stay hungry. It has an appetite. The appetite is limitless. It love to eat any and everything. It love to do wrong more than it love to do right. Everybody know what their desires and their habits are. You know what I mean? But each his own. But the thing is, if people feel at this point or whatever point that there's not good people out here and people pretending, the people that pretending is the one you're paying more attention to, the one that got the clout, the one that got a whole bunch of followers for those who fit the category, the whole got a whole bunch of fans who's willing not to talk about God on their platform. You go look at them platform, ain't none of them motherfuckers talking about God at all. When I say none, meaning those who actually fit the category, which is not talking about God. They just talking about man. They talking about man over God all the time. If you look at them BET awards and all the other different type awards, you very find a selective few that talk about giving praise to the Most High. And the ones that do, they finally got their breakthrough through God, not through man, because man don't want to give nobody who praising Yahshua, aka Jesus, and nobody who's actually talking about God. If you talking about God and Jesus, it's like they told I forgot that boy how to say that boy name. His name ain't hard, but he's one of the top content creators on YouTube. They told him he can do this sneaker deal as long as he don't talk about Jesus. And he told him he was good. He wasn't going to actually do the deal. He didn't want the contract if he couldn't say Jesus. Then they turned back around and gave it to him. Let me show you these people are devils. When I say people, meaning those who know they're devil. I don't have to ask them. All you have to do is sit back and watch people action. Motherfucker, people don't give a fuck about themselves. No, they give a fuck about humanity. A motherfucker like me coming from the bottom give more fuck about humanity. I don't need to know you to have love for you and wish you well. That's where people get the game twisted. Like and you think I don't know your pain, but I as an empath, we feel y'all feelings. We don't want to feel that shit, but we be picking it up. And then people be trying to figure out how the hell he know this and how he know this and how he know to say this and how he know to say that. Energy don't lie. Gifts don't lie. Supernatural is real. It's not a lie. Miracles are real. It's not a lie. God is real. And man is the devil. Straight devil. Man can be one man or man. And all the other different varieties that's mixed up. We ain't gonna put that part out there. Y'all should be able to read in between the line. But it is what it is. But them people got some good hearts. Whatever people gonna go through when it's all said and done, as far as judgment, because some may say, well, you judging. No, I'm not here to judge. I will call judgment, but I'm not judging. judging. That when each individual meet the Most High, they gonna know where they going and what's gonna happen. I don't have to, unless the Most High tell me, then I tell you. But He ain't told me to say nothing, so I'm not gonna speak out of turn. And if I ever do that, then I'm gonna apologize to the person or to the people, apologize to myself, and apologize to the Most High, and not make that a thing to do again. Not gonna sit here and use excuses to do something over and over and over because I got free will. Oh yeah, I got this free will. I do whatever. You ain't my dad. I heard grown people still saying the same shit. Like grew up. So you do have a lot of adults that still have there, and there's still more growth to grow. That I recognize the insight to actually explain or express them. It's something I've actually have overcame or I have grown through to become who I am. They won't even make themselves relevant. How many times do they look in a mirror? Besides none. Because they will have to look at what they see. And a lot of times people hate what they see. So they project it on other people. Do you understand like me just within their body, within their, because they don't want no light. They don't want people to feel good. I'm I know this. I'm so tired. Isolate lack spells, knows. I mean, damn. Offending anyone, it's free will. Why would you type away? If you act, why run up everything in his life? Not like, and I'm gonna be more than I wish them well. I don't wish them no ill will because they wish it on me. And by them doing witchcraft, and and I know the coach be teaching these students this, and people who practicing it on their own, that you're taught the universal laws about what threefold. For one, I haven't seen that in a long time. I just ran across that um, the other day, and cause and effect. I mean, what comes around goes around, and plenty more to go. With that being said, like people know, no matter how much magic, no matter how many skill, because that's what a cult would be, and people who deal with spirituality, unless they're really doing the right thing on a consistent basis, which will have divine power, of course, from the Most High, will have true power. But witches and warlocks are very skilled. I respect it. They study hard to manifest whatever they want or take. They're takers, though. If people smart, if they ever paid attention, they are unhealed people. But they're gonna tell you they're unhealed people, but they're gonna tell you about healing, or tell, more importantly, not healing, but tell you about doing the right thing. And I know because I've been in them. I've been in them, and I know not everything, but I know every person I met was, they start off good, just like a relationship, or you meet somebody and y'all start off good, cool, whatever, male or female, then that shit just go to shit. Cause now you get to see the person's true identity. Now hide it. Usually the word that we use is called mask. Some people masked over be already off. You just damn try to be a genuine person and ignore and accept people for who they are. But because when you start accepting people for who they are, they just feel like, okay, well, he accept me for who I am. I'm just gonna goddamn not only be messy with it, I'm gonna shit on them as much as I can. Oh, he let me shit on him. He ain't say nothing. He ain't do nothing. He ain't respond. Oh, I got more shit to shit. I gotta defecate some more. Take this. Take that. It's not that for me. I have patience with people. I have inner strength. I'm very strong minded. And I understand that people go through things. So why should I lash out on somebody when I know they're actually struggling in many different things like myself as well as anybody else? Why bring them down when they already down versus show them something different that they can be themselves and they don't have to let those things conquer them and they can actually learn how to be who they really want to be and be comfortable with it. You know, I was around tens and thousands and tens of thousands, no bullshit, streaming that saw me or heard about me that couldn't see what I just said. They felt that I was an easy target. Oh, this motherfucker, oh, he weak. Oh, he's guttuble. Oh, yeah, he's slow. I'm not slow. I just don't respond to everything. I just don't give my attention to a lot of shit that don't need attention. It's already well enough. It has enough tension. I just be me. I try to be something else. I don't try to pretend. I don't try to walk or talk or act something that I'm not. I'm me. I got my own swag. It's not for people to like it. It's for people to see it. And if they're attracted to it, so be it. But if they're not, then guess who's attracted to it? The number one fan is me. So I'm never looking outside myself for somebody to give me some type of damn attention. Now, in the past, I did get caught up with some of that when I just stated because you're around those type of people. You don't know what the hell going on. You kind of think you do, but you don't. Or you see it. And again, I said an old version of myself, how I used to be, is sit back and observe and allow people be who they are. I still do that, but I'm not accepting it. If it's something that's gonna bring harm to our connection, you might well just both we can kick. I can kick a rock too. It don't matter. You don't have to just be the one kick rocks. I'm gonna kick one too. I kick it before you, but I'm gonna kick it far away from you, and I'm gonna kick myself away from you as well, because that's not what we doing. See, I'm not one of them people who just talk with no action. I'm all about action too. A lot of motherfuckers be talking about they this and they that and they that and they this, but there's no fucking results. You got people who talking about they want to be rich, but you can't get rich if you always throwing your money away. You can't get rich if you don't know how to manage it. You can't get rich if you don't know financial literacy. You can't get rich if you think you're too good to learn something from somebody who could teach you. You can't get rich if you actually got bad habits. You can't get rich if you're not strategizing, being strategic. Know how many black people, especially black people, run around talking about how rich they are or they gonna be rich, and the ones who actually got money, they poor because hell, they don't know how to actually release it. They don't know what to invest in. I think I'm just gonna buy a bunch of this bullshit junk. It has some value, but the value gonna go down on it once I actually decide to either throw it away, give it away, or sell it. Instead of build something that brings value to other people, so therefore I can show them that I appreciate them and what value that I'm going to give to them is actually going to be able, so they'll be able to appreciate it for themselves as well as they can utilize it and make some money as well. It's so much shit I know is crazy, but you know what, when I get to talking, because a motherfucker's not saying it themselves, they want to discredit it or they want to challenge it with no evidence to back it up. But just know if I get to talk about something, I can back it up. Even if it haven't came yet, it will come in this lifetime. I understand very clearly there are going to be people who are going to listen, and there's going to be people who are not going to listen. And my focus is not about who's listening, who's not listening. My focus is just to do what I'm told to do and keep it moving. I'm grateful for those who are listening. They'll see their life change before a flash. Those who choose not, they'll see theirs change flash as well, but they're not in the direction they expect it to be. You know, there's a scripture that says warning comes before destruction. Even though that's white primacy created and people holding on to it, but it's okay. If that's where you get your faith from, then so be it. But remember this, in Hebrews it says, without faith, works are dead. So if you ain't putting in the work to see the results, then it defeats the purpose of believe this and believe that. But see, me, I'm just naturally understanding that we came from the Creator, aka God, Emmanuel, all these different names. So it's already in you to know this. You don't need no book or no man standing between you and God for you to have a relationship. And once I realized that my relatives, especially them motherfuckers, are lukewarm Christians, well, ain't no fucking way I'm gonna be a part of that. And that ain't counting the people that was in the church or in the church, because if you going through something, I'm like, oh, Jesus gonna take care of it. No, you supposed to be my brother and sister. You supposed to help me take care of. I come to you for that I have a problem. But then guess what? Them same people who have a problem, they want you to take care of their shit, or hoping that you will actually participate. Now that puts you in a hard place there. So what it says, turn the other cheek, not turning any cheek. You know how many cheeks I turn and people just spit shit and piss and kick and everything you can possibly think of. What I will do is help those who will help me. That's what I will do. Genuinely 100 billion%. Somebody who's not willing to help me, I'm not helping them. Now, that don't mean I don't help people. I do help people, but I'm just saying, like, we got some type of connection, a bond. We're not talking about something random. I know people like, well, I don't understand what you said. If you ever get in that situation, you'll understand. If you ever gave to somebody that you didn't know, that's what I meant by that. Versus when you give to somebody you do know and they don't give back to you. Not here to be nobody's puppet. I realized growing up as a young man and as well as adult that a lot of us became puppets by being told what to do. You don't tell me nothing to do at all. I'm gonna respect myself and I'm gonna respect what you got going on, but I'm not gonna participate to make you feel comfortable that you can put me involved in it to say, hey, you doing what we tell you to do, so you're part of it. I'm not being part of anything that's not helping humanity. Period. I don't give a damn if the whole world don't like me. I'm not gonna be a part of anything that's destroying people's lives. Been doing it for decades. And people tend to turn their head from it as it doesn't exist. And they bow down to it when you should be bound to God. People really don't believe God can actually save them from all this bullshit that's going on out here, but he can. And the protection that God gives you, you can think people gonna come and kill you, kidnap you, or do all this other shit. They ain't gonna do shit. People keep forgetting one important thing, which there's many and several things that's important. God brought life and he take life. So your enemy was to get to this point where they're about to take your life, their life would be taken before yours. And he don't have to take their life physically where they're dead. He could take everything from it. He could paralyze them. He could allow something to happen to them so traumatic that they can't even actually ever, and you keep saying that word ever, forever, come back from it. So that's why I got so much faith in God. And I'd have seen shit happen to people that wanted to do shit to me that I knew, and then there's people I don't know. I can imagine, but the things that I seen that that people want to do to me that I knew, Man, I was like, boy, they playing with the wrong smoke. Excuse me, they playing with the wrong smoke. That didn't increase my faith with God. It just allowed me to understand how much God loved me. He was willing not to let anything happen to me. It's like man saying, "Well, I'm your God," which they have said this. A lot of people haven't seen the document. I mean, that's a document. Documentation, not documentation, the doctrine that actually shows the white man tells the white woman, we are your God. I am your God. You bow down to me. You answer to me. There's no other God besides me. And I was like, what the hell? There's so much shit I know, man. People think it's a black and white race, man. White people don't like white people. French and Dutch and all them other different type of people, they ancestors, I can't say the ones that's living now, but they ancestors, they didn't like other white people. The only reason white people got the upper hand now is because they realize they got to give it to somebody. And melanin, aka black people, are not the people because they are the people of the race, or they are the race of the world or the earth. They're the original, or they're the origin that we came from. We can't tell them that either because then they're gonna look at us sideways. You're gonna have someone who's gonna ride with it, and you're gonna have some that not. But all humanity came from the African queen. That's where they came from. Where they came from. Even these AIs will tell you. So people don't like the truth. The truth got to be told because there's so many lies out here that people believe the lie and then they discombobulate it why the lie ain't real and why it's not true because it's a lie. That's why you don't see no results of something coming in a better outcome because it's a damn lie. Tell me a lie that actually became true. Oh, I didn't kill him, but the bullets in him, the gunpowder's on your arm, sir, and your hand, but you didn't kill him. Well, what did you shoot? Oh, I was out in the backyard shooting cans and stuff. But the murder happened right here, sir. There's witnesses that said you did it, sir. There's cameras that show that you did it, sir. He told a lie, try to convince that it's truth. Gots to be kidding me. Why is it that people believe lies are real? There are illusions, there are smoke screens. You even know what a lie is because you told one, like me and anybody else. To convince someone that something's true that isn't true, to convince them to not to know the truth. Rather it's embarrassment, rather it's shame, rather it's the rejection that you may get, or the gossip that may come behind it, or the people that may reject you and never fuck with you ever again. Or you get humiliated, or you get roasted about it. It's better to tell the truth than don't say nothing at all. Only time you should be telling a lie, because you got to, when you don't want somebody to know something that's none of their damn business, and that's the most polite way you could say it because they're not going to accept it the way that you genuinely would like to say, hey, look, I'll appreciate it if you don't ask me about my business. They're going to get fucking mad. And then last but least, if your life is on the line, you need to lie to get yourself out of that situation, whether it's your fault or not. And hopefully you'll learn from the lesson. Besides that, I don't condone any other thing beyond that to be a lie. You ain't got to get out here and try to one up people because they one upping you. That ain't the only option you got. You got limitless options. Like motherfucker who run around and go cheat on women and and women go cheat on men. Why don't you just be single? Why you gotta run around and do all of you? Don't you know and realize that there's women who are single, men are single, still getting whatever it is that they want, rather sex, money, attention, material things, clout, attention whore, blah, blah, blah. They're getting the same thing. Then you see some of the tragic situations that has happened or will happen where people end up getting their life taken or getting their ass whooped or getting embarrassed. Or you can be the person to be straight honest with yourself so honesty can be connected to you at all times. You know the difference. You know this is a genuine situation versus a situation that's not genuine that allow you not to do ungenuine things. Just go ahead and be an upstanding woman, an upstanding man, and get it over with. What are you waiting on? Are you concerned about what everybody else think? They think what they think. That just allow you to know if they're your friend or not. That's one of the ways of really genuinely or even having clarity or insight about if somebody really there for you or not by you being who you are versus pretending. It made me think about a story where the boy wanted to be a gangbanger, and because he wanted to be a gangbanger so bad that they tricked him, he end up. They say, "Well, you got to have sex with this woman." That they end up kidnapping. They end up kidnapping his mother, and he end up having sex with his mother. And then he recognized the voice, so he took the blindfold off and recognized that it was his mother. And then he ran off, and then a week later he killed himself. That's how people trick you, and the demons and devils trick you when you're going the wrong way. Nobody don't want. The crazy part is I'm not bringing any harm to anyone by just talking. I'm not calling names out and etc. And you have somebody as well as others that don't like for me to try to help you come out that dark place. And you can be anybody. You may say, well, not me. I'm not in a dark place. There's many places we haven't been yet that is dark, that light has to be brought to that experience. Yo, I used to seek vengeance on people all the time, man. It was crazy. Just some of the things I end up learning. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna teach you a lesson. But then that was lesson that was taught to me as well. I didn't catch on at that time. I thought it was like normal, like yeah, where everybody go through stuff. But in all reality, those lessons for me to not be doing the same shit that somebody doing to me because whatever that doing is, it can be any different type of thing. It makes me no better than them. If I'm doing something for tit for tat, it makes me no better than them. And yes, you got to do some inner work. And what I mean inner work is work on yourself inside to figure out how to have strength, endurance, and courage not to do the opposite and then run out here and practice what you preach and not be practicing what you preach and telling somebody else how to go this way. Hey, this is my story. Hey, this is my testimony. Because there's strongholds and there's evil that they call the devil. I don't know if there's a devil or not. These people ain't never seen one, but they just going by what the white supremacy and all the other races came together to oppress and suppress people. This is what we're gonna say. There's a devil. Well, hell, if I know the devil and I'm the one that created this oppression, there's no effing way that I'm gonna actually tell you about following Jesus and God, and I'm not gonna do it. And knowing that there's a hell that I'm gonna burn internally, come on, man, like make it make sense. But again, you get lied to every day, and I can match what I just said and back it up. You're told that we're gonna bring down the food costs. That ain't happening. We told you're told that you're gonna get more support. That ain't happening. You're told that we're gonna create many jobs. You think you're gonna be a part of that job. That ain't happening. You're told that there's gonna be created more homes. You might have been homeless, or you know some homeless, or you've seen some homeless. That ain't happening. They still homeless. There's no reason for nobody to be homeless. There's no reason for no child on the planet to be struggling for food. Hey, can you send us $30, $20, $40, $50, $100? Why should we send you money when you're printing money, when you don't need money, when all you need to do is grow the food out of the ground, pluck it off the tree, and feed the kids? And people want to sit around and think I don't know the fuck I'm talking about. You fucking must be out your damn rabbit ass mind. I know more than what I've said. I'm just getting started, and I'm not in no rush. You may see me today, and you might like, damn, I ain't seen him in a week or 2 weeks, a month. Just know I'm still around. I move when God want me to move. I'm just get on here like, oh, yeah, I'm just get on here because I'm trying to run my YouTube content up. Yeah, I'm trying to be a YouTube content creator where everybody gonna watch me. If you watch, you watch. If you don't, you don't. I'm not here to make no money off YouTube. If it happen, it happen. If it don't, it don't. It's not the only way of making money. And person, well, you're just here for the attention. Man, I get attention looking in the mirror, thinking of how much I've overcome in life of things that people wish that I wouldn't have overcame by reflection. That's the real mirror. That's the real tension. You want to be petty, we can get petty. You want to go there, we can go there. According to my calculations, respectfully saying this, I don't feel like nobody can fuck with me. And say why? Because as long as I'm being obedient to the Most High, I'm not gonna miss the mark. And anything that I say is substantial and official and it's stamped, and no human being or any witch, warlock, any spell, any slander, gossip, any rejection, none of it can prove that it ain't real and that it won't happen. Because not none one of those things that I mentioned have stopped anything that I've ever said, even if I'm in silence or saying nothing. I done had people come up to me and tell me I'm scared of you. You don't need to be scared of me. They don't like the conversation. It makes a spirit, which is your spirit trying to tell your flesh to stop doing all this shit. It's not healthy. Or is it? I think I'm gonna go in him. I think I'm gonna mess with her and him. I think I'm gonna mess with her and her and her and her. Yeah, I ain't got no condom. Yeah, it's all right. Shit, I'm clean. I'm straight. How you know? You got a device or something to check yourself to know that you straight right then and there? You doing regular checkup? Well, how you know? How you know she's straight? HIV is at its highest of its highest at this point than it's ever been. HIV ain't even talked about no more. Anybody paid attention to that? It's cancer. Man-made cancer. They put a date on it, say, oh, well, the cancer started back here, back then, and such and such time. And you look at any slavery movie, any slavery uh, documentary, documentary, there's nothing that talks about no motherfucking cancer. What do you think a scientist is? They get busy, busybodies. They want to know if something worked. And they're very intelligent beings, by the way. They want to know if something worked and what will it do. Was you paying attention to Mission Impossibles and all that when they start doing all the disease and stuff and watch it spread and dominate the body, and then it became a anti terrorism thing or anti-war, or it became, hey, I give you billions and billions of dollars for that antidote, and oh, we gotta save and stop this antidote from getting in the wrong hands. Man, come on, man, stop playing. Most people want to say preacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm a teacher. Not in pulpit. If I was in the pulpit, most definitely, and it's only gonna be a few people in that church, and them demons and people gonna scream. They ain't gonna come to that church because I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
People say they don't understand the Bible. You'll understand by the time I finish, because I'm gonna implement it in your day-to-day life that you are doing or not doing. And you're gonna feel some type of way, like he talking to me. So, and then you're gonna look over there with your peripheral to the person you told your business to, you're gonna think they told me, but they ain't told me nothing. It's just God talking. I don't know why people don't believe God real. I hate that. If anything, I could say the word I hate. There's a couple other things that I could say I hate that. Because people missing out. And people missing out because they going to a man or a group of people, or a woman going to a man or a group of people, or a man going to a group a man and a group of, or he going to a group of women, or he going to a woman to get something, and she's God or he's God or they God, and they ain't doing nothing but taking your ass out of here, either instantly or over the long term, or you live your days out on this planet and then you lose it based on the choices that you made that were wicked. Made me think about GD. They say they are a gang that's for the community, that's positive, blah, 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 blah. I've been to jail, okay? And I'm like, okay, well, why the fuck is y'all killing each other? Why y'all killing other people? Why y'all not helping the elders? Why y'all not helping the kids? Because that's not the truth. The truth is not in them. And you got these old ass men that's 50, 60, 70 years old. They still running around here like they getting all the publicity. Who gives a damn? I'm glad they are because I can sit back on the forefront. I mean, on the back front, as they on the forefront, excuse me, and talk about not stopping them from getting what they're getting. They still need to be there. They earned it. So people can see the darkness that's in front of them. The example, because if they were hiding in the shadows like the rest of these weak ass, secret societies who call themselves powerful and this and that and the third, they're not the only ones that's been powerful on this planet. But I'm gonna name one selective. The Moors was very powerful. They're very equipped, very savvy, and etc. And the world knows them permanently. Even the world of today who don't think they know them. And the Europeans, the French, the Dutch, the England, and all the other different countries know who the Moors is. And they were nothing to play with. Very, very, very extraterrestrial, intelligent beings in a human body. That's who taught the world everything that you see, everything you know. A black woman created AI for those who don't even know that. We don't give a damn about them stealing and taking credit for shit. I most definitely don't. All this shit is illusion. It's not even real. We got to learn how to control our emotions when it come down to shit people say and do, and know that God will open up a door for something that nobody can ever fucking touch, no matter if they want to or not. They'll go through hell and hot water, as I heard as a child growing up. You got to become what you are. You came in this world pure. You must go back to that. It's very important for you, your bloodline, and what you stand for. If you stand for anything, and if you're gonna be a person that's gonna be out here doing fucked up shit, then you need to be doing fucked up shit for a good cause instead of a reckless cause. Oh yeah, I just wanted to steal just because I needed to get high, or I don't condone this, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta take that negative shit and turn it into something positive. Is the point that I'm making. Yeah, war, psychological war is where they're beating a lot of people at because people don't want to listen. They think they know everything. One lady asked me because I have an evil eye charm around my neck. Oh, I just wanted to know. She's Christian. I just want to know if you don't mind me asking why you put that up. And I told her, I said, I put it up just to give you respect. Because I know Christianity talk about everything witchcraft, but they ain't even study what witchcraft is. They haven't experienced it. For those who fit the category, they don't know what witchcraft is. It's going by what somebody else say. But the witchcraft is being done is in the fucking church, in religion. There's a lot of witches and warlocks in religion, every religion. See, the problem of being a witch and a warlock ain't the problem. It's the intentions of the witch and warlock. Witchcraft is not the problem. The problem is what are you doing with your intentions? Is it harm or is it bringing good? And so when you hear witches and warlocks, it's because they have bad intentions. They do both. They consider, well, I do good and I do bad. You either fucking do good or you do bad. One of the two. Make your mind up. They figure doing that balance things out and they won't deal with bad karma. It don't work that way. I explained that earlier. You can be a good person, but if you do some bring some any type of form of harm, that means anything. Spells, people be casting spells all the time. All of us done it, and all of us will do it if you're not paying attention. And a spell is example as, oh yeah, man, he told me he got damn about to holler at Shorty. Man, she ain't gonna talk to him. You just wish ill will on him. That's witchcraft. That's a blessing blocker. You are a blessing blocker. Then you wonder when you get the opportunity why shit don't work out with you with your girl or your man or a job. Yeah, man, I'm about to get this job, man. It's about to pay me $10,000 every 2 weeks. Oh man, fuck that. I don't know why he telling me he about to get paid every 2 weeks. Maybe that was a hint for you to go apply for the motherfucking job or find your job to give you the same amount of money, if not more. No motherfuckers do. They rather hate. Hate comes in many forms. Then they wonder why shit ain't working for them. It's karma. Is the preacher teaching you that? Did your relevant relatives or your homeboys, homegirls, or the people you fuck with, or the people you watching more hours in a day teaching you that? So yes or no? It's not, I don't know. And if so, are you applying it consistently, daily, like life or death? You got people out here think they can fuck with me. For those who fit the category, you can't fuck with me. I'm too advanced. And for those who ain't never heard me say it, I am not no human being. You see this human form, but I'm not human. I'm not fucking scared to say it, not afraid to say it. I'm not uh intrigued, which we can use that in a different way, but I'm gonna use it the way that I want to use it. And by people opinion, that is bullshit. What human besides the true humans that actually that is here for this planet, that is the origin of this planet is human. Everybody's not human. This is not your day-to-day conversation or your norm. What people consider norm is not normal. To watch people suffer in the need of things and watch people fuck not only themselves up but other people up and justify why they do it. It reminds me of court. You have the right to remain silent. You're already not saying nothing. So why you need a right to remain silent? At that particular time, you may not have nothing to say, or you may have something to say. It reminds me of the Constitution. You have the right, you have the freedom of speech. God gave you a vocal cord and a mouth to speak. Why do you need an amendment to talk? Do you think God will put people in position to put or bring more harm on other people? And the only reason people killing people because killers or many ways. That go deep, but I'm just gonna name a little bit. Generation curse. People put in compromising situations. Way this infrastructure is set up of the haves and the have-nots. You got a lot of people doing a lot of shit. You got women selling pussy. You got men selling dick. Soul ties is real. Demons are real. People say demons bad. They just have a protocol. You conjure one up, it's gonna do exactly what you want to do. Then you got to give it something back. Does that mean the demon bad? No, for real, for real. Because that was case if people were scared of demons, the ones who tell you about it, then they would have the ones in them. The demons tell them to do harmful shit to people, treat people worthlessness, build robots so people won't have no job and be able to eat. Because people are relying on us and they actually not using their brain to realize that they're going to be left behind, as has already been shown in history as well as in a present time and present moment. Don't listen to Olabade. Olabade don't know what he's talking about. Look at how many people follow him. Look at his content. Look at his views. He don't know what he's talking about. It's because you control the narrative. That's why. That's what it's called, remoting, where they sit back and watch people broadcasts and they dictate and determine who's gonna be up and who's gonna be down. I don't give a damn about none of that. God's will be done regardless. And I don't gotta ask God to move nobody out the way. They moving their own self out of the way by their own actions. Give a damn about none of that. You might see one or two views on here. It may be somebody who's inspired, or it can be the one who don't like you. Cause they want to see that witchcraft working. Man, I know the witchcraft is present, but it ain't working. But those people who doing the witchcraft on me now don't realize witchcraft been done on me before I was even born. So if I made it from before being born all the way up to now as an adult, that should tell you something. That should tell you something that what first question would be, well, what happened to the people who did it before me? Can I talk to them? Are they available? And if that person who had witchcraft done on them before they was born, while they was in the womb of their mother as well, and they're adult, then it's uh-oh. In their mind, you're still thinking you can beat me? Impossible. Only way I can get beat if I beat myself, and God ain't even gonna let me do it. And I'm not even willing to let myself do it. And that's not boasting, that's not being arrogant, and that's not talking with an ego. That's speaking facts. You look at this broadcast, not necessarily the broadcast, but my page, it tell you I'm the truth teller. That's what it is. It's not to draw some type of attention and like, oh yeah, he tell the truth and woo woo. Yeah, let's follow him and yeah, y'all need to go over there. Nah, it's the real truth. And some people gonna run from it because some of the shit that I'm gonna say gonna hit home and thinking I'm trying to punish you or pick at you, and that's not my intentions. But if somebody say it to you soft, or if somebody actually held your hand, or if someone was to write it on a piece of paper, would you accept it the same? Would you be grateful? Just be honest. Or would you feel whatever emotion you're gonna feel? Depressed, mad, angry, bitter, revengeful, hateful, envious, jealous, a combination of all of that and beyond. I said on this channel, you have to have tough skin. You either a lion or you a sheep. And at this point, you know which one you are. If you're not gonna stand up for shit, then you're a sheep. You'll be like the rest of these people who passive. Oh, I got my job and I'm taking care of my family. I got everything I need, so I ain't got no problem with these people. You ain't got no problem with them now, but what they got coming, You're gonna look crazy. This is a question. What is America gonna do when they bring that chip? Put it in your forehead. You're gonna look crazy. A chip in your forehead. Just imagine. Take a chip out of a phone or put a phone on your forehead and sit it right there. Imagine a chip in your forehead embedded and a chip on your wrist or your top of your hand, rather to say, for you to buy groceries and all this other crazy ass weird shit. Because the reason why they want to do that is because they don't want to deal with people. You can just go scan your shit and be done. They can keep account of what your funds are, and they can take it from you. They can freeze it. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. See, I used to be on YouTube years ago, and I stopped. So if people had something to say about followers and all that, I would have way more than what I have now. I only been back a few months. I was fighting some other shit. Is my reason why I wasn't on YouTube. But I'm here. I'm not going nowhere unless God tell me to do something else, which I am doing different things. But like leave YouTube alone. I'm just waiting patiently. A lot of chosen seed have been put out of the position. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. We had to go through the storms. We had to go through the unforgettable to understand what the fuck we didn't understand and to help other people to understand what they don't even fucking y'all don't even fucking know what's going on either. But we done been through it and we're going through it because it ain't stopped to help you get through it and understand it so you can see the same shit we see instead of being like, oh, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. He a weird dude. He weirdo. Oh, that girl right there, she said she chose it. She weird as hell, yo. She cool. She dope, but she weird. I ain't never heard no shit like that. None of my family or none of the people I've been around or when I grew up or as I've grown up, I've never heard no such thing. We speak things that's never been spoken, but we also speak things that people choose to ignore. We also speak from the Most High. We're not here to give scriptures. I mean, we can. Are you going to use it? If religion your preference, are you going to be the one to step up and get rid of all the shenanigans? Because if so, that's when you're going to see the true colors, which colors you already seen as true already in the church. Them people ain't trying to hear none of that. They need you sit still and stand still and accept whatever they say. They know what needs to be done. You got to think about it. Religion been around for centuries. There's no reason for anyone to be lacking in the church financially, health, emotionally, physically, psychologically. But there's a lot of lack because there's only certain selected people who gonna get that portion. Church is a business. Everybody know that. If people want to get technical, we can go where Jesus actually flipped the table when they was actually uh, uh, negotiating finances. So what you mean negotiating finances? It was negotiating finances for service. We're gonna give you a service, you pay us for it to come in this temple. A lot of preachers like to skip around shit. They want to do some inspirational fake love, fake shit. Instead of you to tell you the real core shit, because if they do, you're gonna get up out of that church. Then that fucks the Pope up from collecting that $3.5 billion every Sunday. Go look it up. You ain't gotta believe me. And if you don't find it, keep digging. Cause they done changed a lot of information on the internet, especially Google. They done changed a lot of shit. So people can't find it. So us truth tellers and people who know the truth will seem like liars. They can hide that shit, they can suppress it, they can delete it, but it's gonna come out to the point where physically they're gonna play the role and play it out. So it's not hidden. So they can do all that shit they want to. That shit ain't gonna change nothing. You ever know? You ever notice when people be talking, they got to read off a piece of paper? They want to make sure nothing in there that they say can be backlash back to them saying, "Oh, you don't remember when you said X, Y, Z?" That's why they read off a piece of paper because it's not coming from the heart. They're gonna tell you whatever you want to hear. Somebody asked me about politics. I said, I don't care nothing about politics. That shit don't benefit humanity. It's to hurt humanity. People find a sweet spot and shit, but it's not changing nothing. A sweet spot was everybody's winning. And what's so crazy again, there's people who don't like me or want to not like me or pay to not like me for telling the truth. While the motherfucker who's actually sending them or convincing them or threatening them or bribing them whatever way to convince other people as well not to listen. You don't think that's the devil? Yeah, you don't think that's the devil? I was going harder than this. This is nothing. This is baby. This is poquito. Spanish little. This is nothing. Cause you got people out there siphoning energy, stealing energy. Well, I ain't worried about that. You can't steal from the source. So God got so much energy and so much power. It's limitless. It's infinite. So I ain't worried about nobody siphoning energy. It's annoying. It's draining. Cause I have to relax and recharge. But they're not stopping anything. It's already destined. It's in the stars. What they could do is focus on how they can make their life better instead of creating karma. What they could do. That's not what they want to do. They want to compete. Shit is retarded. But if you go into their real life, you can see overall that what they want to do in the front of the public is nothing compared to what they're doing behind the scenes, which means behind closed doors where the public can't see. House not in order. Conversation. You ain't even gotta see the house. Just have a conversation. They ain't even gotta be on the screen. Just have a conversation with them. Have some questions for them and watch how they respond. Since you got motherfuckers out here want to copycat and motherfuckers out here want to be me and be the chosen females, which is divine feminines and divine masculines out here. And I promise you, you're gonna find out they ain't it. See, this thing about being a chosen seed, you can't fake this shit. You can't fake it. We've been hidden for a minute, and I used to have tension tantrums about it. And I used to be like, what the hell? And I couldn't even figure it out. I'm like, man, what the hell going on? Why you people ignoring this? And this shit is true, or I done showed some shit. That's cause God was hiding us. Cause they got people who want to kill us. So when I looked up a few months ago about witches, right? Witches hate healers and they hate the chosen. It said witches hate healers. They mainly hate healers. They hate healers. And I can understand one reason. And I could go in more depth because people who are not healed will come to them for answers and they will get self-sabotaged and manipulated. They won't tell them the consequences of the spells that actually want to get done for themselves or they want to get done to someone. They're just going to take the money. So you hear chosen for those who do it. You hear us talk about witches a lot. And if you go on TikTok, you'll see all the witches out there. wanna be anyway, textbook reading looking asses. They ain't got no relationship with God. They'll tell you about Archangel Michael and all this shit. And what I'm saying is, they want to play both sides. They want to do dark and light. You don't even have to do dark at all. It's a free will to do it, but you don't have to do it. And if you had to do it, then you need to do it to defend yourself or to send back what is actually sent to harm you. As far as just going out saying, well, fuck it, I'm going to fuck this person up because I done learned how to do something, you better not do it. Even the people that's in a cult don't even tell them people that, or they do tell them, and people either ignore it, meaning those who under them, or they know it by being told and do it anyway. Because, see, one of the things I understood about, and I've been there, human nature, when we learn something, we begin to think we untouchable. Nobody can tell us shit. You don't know where I came from. You don't know what I've been through. Or this is the way for me because this is what's been getting me through X, Y, Z, whatever that may be, whatever that harm is. But that day gonna come, and you gotta reap what we sow. Now, I'm gonna go two ways with this. I regret the shit I ever done to people with my words and spells and any other form of harm. But I am grateful that I did do it so I can be able to tell other people my story, that I've done something wrong, and that I fixed myself not to do anything wrong because I understand wrong is wrong and right is right, regardless of what people done to me to provoke me to do the things that I did. Being provoked is no different than someone not provoking you, and you still bring harm. So I'm man enough, king enough, emperor enough to tell people that so they can understand that I am not too different from their story, their pain, their low self esteem, their embarrassment, their neglection, their rejection, trauma, or anything else. I had this female the other day since I brought up rejection. She had told me she wasn't interested. But what is it that you wouldn't be interested in if you have not found the reason or the experience or the connection to not be interested? And what I'm saying is say that women and men, but mainly women right now, for those who fit the category, feel that when they reject somebody, um, it's a stroke of the ego. But in all reality, you don't even know why that person came in your life or why you connected to them. And I do have sympathy, but it's 50-50. And the reason being because people got to learn their lessons why it's 50-50 versus taking a woman 100% side. Because there are some women out here be doing some fucked up shit like men as well. Is that you got to learn the lesson. So she the type of female, according to what I observed and experienced, that she'll take a fucked up person to be in her space than a person who has good intentions. And I wasn't even trying to shoot no shot at her. I was just trying to be cool with her, get to know her. And not one of them men at this point in my life, as I grew to learn from a lot of mistakes as a man, jumping into quick relationships or liking somebody just based on their body and based on what they have or based on what they look. I never want anybody based on what they have because I'm gonna go get them myself. But it's all about, can this person love me like I love myself? That's really what it boiled down to. I ain't met a woman who can. Some motherfuckers don't love themselves, and that's why women can't find a man for those who fit the category to love them because one, they don't love themselves, Or then you got the women who do love themselves, but they find men who don't love themselves, so that's why there's no connection, along with many other different things. So you find looking for people who don't. If you connecting with a person or people who don't love themselves, you just best know it's unequally yoked. It's not gonna work. Not that I'm wishing not that it worked. It's just a factual fact. Kevin Samuel was trying to tell people all this stuff. They were criticizing him and X, Y, Z. It took this man to lose his life for people to really comprehend what the hell he was talking about. And he was doing it for free. He had to do it. He was called to do it. He see that it's a big problem. People get in these relationships and think that the shit they doing is normal. And that shit is not normal. It's harmful. And people are settling for it. And people are willing to continuously to do it and not take accountability to stop doing it, along with many other different things. Now, only difference between me and Cameron Samuel, I'm not going nowhere. Not no time soon. Motherfuckers will leave before I will. Bet that it's already been destined. Everything that been stolen from me as a child all the way up to now will be restored. You found people being in my business while I don't even know who the hell they are, nor am I interested in being in their business. Oh, really? Oh, they this? Oh, they that? Oh, they can do this? Oh, they can do that? Oh, I want this. I want that. How did they get this? How they get that? I'm gonna see if I can take it. But it don't belong to you. Just like the relatives that stole my $10 million when I was a kid. I never had to worry about money ever in my life. The money was set for me when I was 18, but I was able to still get some of that money. And the only reason I didn't remember that because they had did spells on my mind not to remember shit. And I asked myself several times, why is my younger sister can remember shit, but I can't remember our youth? There's no reason. There's nothing fucking wrong with me. And then I found out, like last year, like the end of last year, beginning of this year, it came to me. Then I asked God to show me some details, and He showed me some details. So I know the details, what happened. I know one of the relatives. I don't know the rest of the people, but she was behind the shit. They ain't got none of that $10 million. None of them. They ain't buy no big house and none of that. Probably all they did is smoke crack, smoke weed, and drink and give money away. They ain't got no fancy car. They ain't got no bank account with that money in it. None of that. Now the person who left the money to me, I don't even know the person. I was a child, but they left that money to me. And that dream God showed me that as I was a child, was only probably like 6 or 7. I wasn't even able to write my name yet. So when I signed the papers and the white man came to me, he let it be known that nobody can get the money. You can't sign the money over to nobody, et cetera, et cetera. And you have to be the one to sign it over, sign for money. And then you also have to be the one to make the phone call. Nobody can make a phone call for you. Well, hell, I didn't know how to dial no fucking telephone number anyway. I had to get them to do it because they was the one convinced me to get money. And that dream guy was showing me I was giving them stacks of money. It wasn't no little money, it was getting stacks. And what made me sign the money over to them is in the dream guy showed me they had put me in a corner and they had threatened to kill me if I didn't sign the money over. And I was so fucking scared. And it's so crazy being a child at the age 6 or 7 years old. You think about suicide. People think suicide may come at an age when you're a teenager or adult. No, that shit came. I'm like, I want to kill myself. And it's crazy how intelligent I was to even comprehend the things that I was saying to myself. Like, damn, is this what money do to people? Make people hurt people, harm people? I don't want no money. So that was one of my money blocks. I don't want no money if money gonna make people do this shit to you. They don't know. I know to this day. They think all that witchcraft worked. It didn't do nothing. Be a catalyst and made me who I am now. It gave me the ability to speak out about witchcraft because everybody for those 50 categories think it's some type of mythology or some fucking superstition. No, the shit is real. There is a dark side. Well, witchcraft come in many forms. It don't just come in doing spell work or spirituality. It's bringing any type of form of harm is witchcraft. Period. Whether it's words or physical actions, or even things mentally, or things writing down, or things that you're speaking over people's lives and shit like that. Rather they deserve, you think they deserve it or don't deserve it. It's witchcraft. If I was to take, which is not gonna happen, but if I would take my adulthood and mess with a young female that I know I shouldn't be messing with, and potentially to mess with her, that's witchcraft. Because I'm teaching her it's okay when it's not, and I'm telling myself it's okay. If I was to say, "Hey, I'm gonna keep your money for you, and it's safe with me, whatever that amount is," and if I spend your money without asking you, that's a form of witchcraft because I'm harming you. I'm putting you in harm's way because now that you may need that money or you will need that money at some point, I have took from you, which is cause of harm. I have caused mental, emotionally, or body harm. That's what fucking witchcraft is. It gets deeper than what I'm saying, but I'm just giving you a metaphor of it. You see these witches get on these YouTubes and all this, and they get together and then tell you gonna call conjure this and conjure that. That don't even shit crazy. Let me just say this last release, and I'm gonna get off here. The only thing that people need to be conjuring is God. People don't have to go to no dark spiritual being to get protection, to get blessed, get favored, get love, get healed, get some outcome, get this man, get this woman, birth this child, birth this, or take somebody position when God can give you your own CEO shit, or He can give you another job that's gonna pay you more and surround you by people who appreciate your self worth. Why? Because every fucking thing is abundant. You're just choosing not with your free will to take the risk and do it because you're scared of what? I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Just fucking go and you'll find out. It's the only way you're gonna know. If it don't work, go find where it's gonna work. Same thing as a relationship. Same thing as within yourself. Any situation, it doesn't matter what it is. Hey man, I ain't got no car. Make the steps to get one. Hey man, I ain't got no license. Make the steps to get one. Hey man, I keep running into the bad, fucked up women or fucked up men. Make the steps to understand what type of men and women are out here that's fucked up so you can run into the good ones. What is it about you that's fucked up that may be attracting to them? Well, I don't have a lot of confidence in myself actually obtaining a woman that actually seemed intimidating but really genuine. And because all the fucked up shit I've been through as a man, I think that this one will do me the same way as the old girl or my baby mother, or woo 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 or woo woo woo. Or I just, uh, I want to be with a man, but I seem to be, so attracted to these guys who run the streets and stuff like that. But then this gentleman, he got everything. He got his own place, car, got money. Tell me it helped me get a business. He say he see my skill and talent, and I don't want to do him wrong because, I'm a fucked up person. Because you fucked up don't mean it's permanent. You could change that at any given time if you want to. Well, I don't know where to start. Start with women who not fucked up by surrounding yourself around women you will find out either they like you fucked up, since you consider yourself fucked up, or they're not. That's one way. And another way, go get some counseling, which is nothing wrong with that. Another way is actually look at and observe women with your use your intuition that you know that she's actually a genuine woman and she got her shit together. And then you learn, ask questions and not be shy and embarrassed and shame. There you go. So start. Got to start somewhere. But where you at right now, it's not where you're supposed to be unless that's where you want to stay. And there's nothing there. It's like corpse. It's dead. It's done. And you're trying to find more life there, and it's not. It's just like people staying in the project. That thing staying in the project forever or boasting about it. The project is one of the worst places to stay because there's nothing but negativity there. There's no growth there. Everybody's sad, depressed, angry, bitter, angry, harming themselves, harming each other, gossiping, slandering. And then don't get it twisted. Cause people stay in the suburbs don't mean they get along either. I'm around that on a day-to-day basis. I travel those places. If not once a week, at least twice a week, and they don't even talk to each other. So yeah, don't get it twisted, thinking that people got nice cars, nice houses, and all this other shit that they like each other because they don't. Trust me, they don't. They're in competition just as well as say black people in competition with each other, and they ain't no richer than you are. They struggling, going through their shit. They ain't financially literate as you may think they are, or better than you, because they driving an expensive car. They struggling to pay, and because they don't boast about it or talk away black people talk or any other race or not even race individual prefer to be said. Humanity prefer to be said. Trust me, they going through their shit too. Trust me. People who got more money than you stressing over more money. Make it make sense. Can't. They can't even answer the question. But the only stressful thing from the study and research that I've done why they would be stressing because they got debt they gotta pay. They got buddies they borrowing money from and they gotta pay that bank back that money. So don't believe the hype. Don't fool yourself. Only see truth. If it's not proof, then it's not truth. And I know the rich people like, how the fuck you know we ain't going through that? That's just one thing. Cause God showed me. That's how I know. That's how I really know. God be showing me whatever it is I need to see. People need to be enlightened on the truth instead of believing these lies and the hype. There's a lot of lies out here. People telling. Why you think people that got money steal money? If you're a person that got money, you won't steal no money. You won't steal shit. If you got money, you won't decrease other people from making money. You ain't got no damn money. Barely making it. They run around here selling all the ebooks and all this shit that make you think they got the way, they know the way. Know the way of shit. 6 figures, 7 figures, nothing. You need to be getting into billions and trillions of dollars before you get to talking about you got money. And now you want to try to teach somebody about how to get 6 figures or 7 figures. Yeah, gotta be mindful where you put your money at. People are just wasting a lot of people's time trying to get somebody to take care of their bills. Find a way. In this case, you be the catalyst that people don't want to be. You be the rebel that people scared to be, and stop being the sheep. If you like this content, even though it was long, it was forbidden to be this long. It's probably the longest one I ever done. But there's a lot of content that's out there that's even longer. You can watch these things in sections, 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes every other day, or half an hour, whatever it may be fit. You feel like you've learned something, you feel like there's something important that can help you, your family, or some of the people that would reject what you heard, share it. It's time for change. People don't realize when you change and when change is happening, things become better. And if you remain stagnant and accept the things that you think that will grow, well, it's already outgrown what is already the growth that it was going to grow anyway. Now it's time for new growth. That's why you see other people expanding, taking risks. You don't have nothing to lose. You lose when you don't try. You lose when you don't make no effort. And I'm preaching, practicing what I'm preaching as well as I'm teaching. And that's how I've gotten to the place that I'm at. As far as the mindset, remember, everything is a mindset before it's the reality of your external experience. Until you change your mind, that's when you'll see things change. And when you change your mind, you will see the change that's meant and destined to be. Until then, it's Olabade Olugbsean. Peace and blessings. I hope y'all have a blessed day.